Hello and welcome to Our Place in Sicily. Today we're going to talk about what's going on back at the Palazzo and the things that I have been thinking about. So if you've been following our channel before, you will know that we're at the point where we're getting ready to work day in and day out on the roof. We still have a few days of rain, but that's okay because we have some things to do before that. And by we, I mean our team. So our team was there this week, emptying out some of the debris you would have seen in our backwards, inside out, outside in video from last week. And for the most part, I wasn't at the house to film that because it is a lot of debris, it's a lot of handwork, and it's a lot of dust and particles in the air, so not terribly safe. But what I did get is the sort of terrifying reloading of the all of the debris onto the truck. Well, I'll just show you that. Well, this is full. We actually didn't use these guys this time. They carried it all from the ground floor, filled it up in our little semi-private street. So now we've got to empty this and come on back. And you can see we're kind of just in a street, a side street on our house. It doesn't end, or it ends at the end of our house. So there's no traffic that we're blocking, but I don't think we could have made this dumpster any heavier unless we actually filled it with liquid cement. It is very heavy, but they managed to get it out of there with at least one nonna watching, which to me was like a good omen. In the meantime, while they were doing that, after they had removed all the debris, so it was later that day, so the dust had settled literally, and we've been trying to figure out what we're gonna do about our kitchen ceiling. So the kitchen is made up of what we think was originally the kitchen, laundry room, and eventually a bathroom that didn't exist when the house was built because indoor bathrooms didn't exist when doors were built. And the laundry room didn't exist either because we know the laundry room is outside downstairs in the garden. But at some point they were added. And we think the room that was the dining room then became an extra room, or we're not really sure how it was used. We think towards the end it might have been even a bedroom, we're not sure. And then we have the dining room added on. So we're calling those three pieces sort of the kitchen and dining room wing. But the kitchen itself is essentially two rooms. We just took out this little tiny wall. It was, maybe, I think they said 8 centimeters deep was the wall. It did have a built-in sort of cabinet built onto that, but it wasn't a supporting wall. It was put up at some point when they put up the ceiling. So we've got to put this all together. And Igor had this great idea that we could sort of wabi-sabi it and basically leave some things as they are. So today I'm going to show you these pictures and get your input on how you would handle it. And tell you a little bit about what I'm thinking. So even when construction is not happening, I swear I'm working 8-hour days on Pinterest, on Google, on talking to Jenn, the designer, talking with Igor, trying to figure out solutions to these items. And I thought I would let you see that. And bonus, if you stay till the end, I've got a couple in progress elevations. I learned how to use perspective drawing assist on my Procreate, so I'll pop in some sort of time-lapse video of those elevations building. So let's start with some pictures of the kitchen. I always like to get oriented here when I'm trying to explain things, but basically this is the new kitchen floor plan as it stands now. This is what the 2 rooms plus where the old laundry and the old bathroom that had been added were. So basically everything has come out of this spot. I'm not going to really go around and show you all the bits and pieces because that could change. But I just want you to get an overall feeling that the left 2/3 is the kitchen area. The upper right corner is the laundry nook. And the bottom right area is the scullery, or really the sink and the dishwasher. And I want some kind of division between the front 2/3 and the back 2/3. So if we have guests, we can hide it. So that's a good place to start. Next, we have some clips from a previous video, but it kind of shows you the awkwardness of the different ceiling types we're going to put together here. What you're looking at is sort of over the back corner of where the laundry is. That's going to be the laundry window. And I'm walking towards the stove area here, which then goes on to sort of the big table area. And then next is just opposite that. This is the window that's going to be over the scullery sink. And then right where that curved wood comes down, which used to be a half barrel vault, that's right where I want to put that dividing from the front 2/3 and the back 2/3. And there I'm just opening the window to the terrace. And this, of course, is sort of a better look straight on to the old barrel vaulted ceiling here. To the right are just some pieces of wood that were attached to the wall that we took out there. And you can see where the front room on the right, where that coved ceiling comes down and hits. Now let's give it to you from another direction. So this is at the back end, towards the back of the house, looking forward. And I'm going to walk you through sort of each section. Essentially, the middle of the roof comes together in a point, except for the back third of this kitchen, and it slopes down, meeting up where the 2 meet. So this is the most normal roof part. You can see the tiles right now. We can talk about what will happen there later. We'll probably come back to this picture, but this is the first part. That's what you see on the left. And then we go into where the barrel vault was. I really love this because this is the old way of doing the construction. We obviously would need to clean this and do some things to keep it, but I do like showing this reveal sort of historically in there. And then to the right of the barrel vault is that small strip, kind of the lowest part of the ceiling. There's a strong beam there where the barrel vault starts on the right side, before that little strip, and then it goes right into the cove ceiling. The cove ceiling, which we're looking at here now, we're on the other end of that room looking towards the back. So you can see there's a lot of cracks, a lot of damage. When they take the roof off, the whole thing will need to be washed from the backside and reinforced. And basically this is, this fresco came about much later and, is not really, historically significant. So it probably will be changed. But what would you do? Would you be more likely to take down the whole ceiling underneath the roof and put in one big cohesive ceiling, doing whatever you want with the design? Or would you go with the sort of wabi-sabi look back at the history of the building and keep it a little more rustic? I would love to know your ideas. I kind of know where I'm leaning, but I always think that the outcome is better when you've listened to other creative ideas. And speaking of creative ideas, let's take a look at some of the elevations for the kitchen. Here I am using a base floor plan that I drew it on the computer, and I'm using it in the software program called Procreate on my iPad Pro. I just learned how to do this in perspective, and not just like sketch perspective, but in sort of relational perspective, so that everything is in the same sort of scale together. And what we're looking at is sort of out the balcony wall with the scullery to our backs. Now you'll see here, I was putting chairs at the island. There's sort of two islands here. There's a table island to the left and a like traditional island to the right. We're putting open shelves to the right of the stovetop, and we're putting the stovetop on top of the old vintage kitchen oven range. We're using part of the back design for that kitchen. Here I'm playing with lights. I ended up deciding to take them out because I don't really know what I want to do with lighting. I'm adding some color. I've used the old vintage hood, what I was trying to tell you, part up in the new hood. We want to use a contrasting color in those glass cases, maybe use a terracotta floor, and basically just trying to figure out where everything is gonna go on this. And this is the final piece, so you can pause on this if you want, but we also have in the back corner all the way across from you is a little bookshelf with a little padded seat next to the balcony so you can relax and read cookbooks, which I actually like to do. A little drink bar, everything else. And now we're kind of looking in the opposite direction. So now if we were standing by that bookshelf and looking into the other part. So the key part of this is to get a floor plan first. You can see it doesn't have to be exact to be able to help you get an idea on here. Now, if you have an architect, likely that they're going to do renderings. We don't know yet what we want to put in here, and I like to do these things, so that's why we've changed this a little bit. You'll also know in this sketch that we, at some point here, move the chairs from the traditional island to the table island. You can see originally we thought we'd put a window wall in. So that is one option we could do if we made the ceiling all one cohesive piece with doors that go into the back. I'm coloring in the ovens there. One of those is a pizza oven, which I'm super excited about. We want to be able to host like wine tastings or cooking classes in here, or have chef demos, stuff like that. Again, I'm putting in the color. This actually isn't the color we're thinking. I just always grab the wrong one off my screen. We're really looking for more of a dark teal, maybe. And we were really planning for sort of a color drenching where the ceilings, the walls, the trims, the cabinets would all be the same color. Again, I tried lighting and then decided I don't know what I'm doing with lighting, so I took it back out again. And this is the finished rendering for this space. So you can see it kind of gives you an idea of how you can walk around. Just looking from the floor plan, you get a sense of like how much space is between things. But here you kind of get more idea of how things will relate to each other. So that's it. That is our slow restart here as the guys are just dragging all of that rubble out of the house. We're going to try to capture some of that, but we're also going to show you what else we're working on. Even though it doesn't make a lot of noise, it does make a big difference, and that's some of our planning. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave us a comment, and of course, like, share, all those good things, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, ciao ciao.